Shalom friends, welcome to Daf Reactions, Katan 25. Funerals. Sometimes they just don't quite match the wishes of the deceased in rather egregious ways. Rav Huna died and they wanted to put a Torah scroll next to him, as was traditional for a Torah scholar. Rav Hisda, my bestie, was quite familiar with what Rav Huna actually had taught during his lifetime, and that was not it. He was like, wait, he didn't approve of that in life. Why would you do it when he's dead? Next, they tried to take out the body on a stretcher. The stretcher was unfortunately too big to get through the door, so they were thinking about lowering it from the roof, which sounds like an accident waiting to happen. Rav Hisda chimes in again. Rav Huna specifically said it's only honorable to take him out the front door. Then they thought about putting him on a different stretcher that was narrower and would fit through the door. But Rav Hisda again comes through with a direct quote. Rav Huna didn't want that. He said you have to take a scholar out of the house on the first stretcher. Finally, everyone got super frustrated and said, fine, okay, and they just broke down the door. And now we're at the eulogy, and things just escalate from here. Rabbi Abba said, Rav Huna was so worthy that the divine presence totally would have rested upon him if only he had lived in Eretz Israel, not Babylonia. Rav Hisda's own son decides now is the time for a comment section. And he says, actually... Rav Hisda steps on his foot to get him to shut up, and he says, okay, you are grounded. We've had this conversation before. Don't do an actually in the middle of a funeral. Which does beg the question, how frequently did this happen? Next in this ongoing saga, they take his body from Babylonia to Eretz Israel, and the sages of Eretz Israel are trying to figure out where to bury him. Okay, let's bury Rav Huna with Rabbi Chia in his burial cave. But who might be holy enough to walk him in there? Rav Chaga chimes in. He says, I'll go. I knew him for a really long time. Plus, I've never had a seminal emission. Rav Chaga took him to Rabbi Chia's burial cave. Rabbi Chia's two sons were buried right next to him. And the spirit of Yehuda said to his brother, we can't be rude. We have to sit up when they bring Rav Huna in here. That would be disrespectful if we were lying down. Not only did Hezekiah's corpse sit up in order to be polite, but a pillar of fire also appeared there. This scared the absolute Gehenna out of Rabbi Chaga, and I can't blame him. Rabbi Chaga did indeed hide behind the casket and then peaced out with alacrity. The Gemara comments, oh, well, of course, that makes sense he didn't get hurt. He wasn't hurt by the pillar of fire because he used Rav Huna's coffin as a shield. To my great sadness, the Gemara does not tell us how Rav Huna got along with his new skeletal roommates. Because, guys, I would have loved to find out.